I don't even know how I'm supposed to do a video for this. Just seemingly getting worse before it's ever going to get better. And rest assured, it's going to be a long, long time before we get any better. And no drastic measures, sacking the manager, you know, panic buying players isn't going to solve the issue. This is a moment of time is the greatest healer in this situation. Sacking, who are you going to bring in? Who are you going to bring in? No one can deal with this team. There is not a single manager on this planet that can deal with this absolutely rotten to the core football team. Whether or not he's let he's lost the locker room, whatever it is. Ultimately, just I can't. It's painful. It really is painful. And all you can do is laugh. Otherwise, you will cry. I somehow got to do this, and albeit they should all get zeros, really, but I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Kepa, 3, and let's be fair. I can't even remember a lot of the game because it was just so painful watching us play because we weren't doing anything. There was no game plan. And say what you will about Potter in, his formations, his lineups, albeit the lineup was totally wrong today. I thought how Zakaria didn't start today is absolutely ridiculous. But even still, if we had a game plan, the players did not try to fulfill that game plan whatsoever. There was no attempt. No attempt, at least from the vast majority. Defense, I've gone for 4-2-4-5. Chalobah with a 4. Good to see him back. I probably didn't pay attention to how he was playing. This match is a complete write-off for me, personally. I just can't be arsed. Koulibaly with a 2. He was up absolute dog shit and just continues to be just such a poor signing. Such a poor signing. Humphreys and Hall, I kind of don't even want to rank them because being youngsters, it's almost harsh ranking them against the rest of these established players or experienced players in comparison to the likes of Koulibaly, Jorginho, Ziyech. Laughable. The midfield. I've gone for a 3 for Gallagher. Probably even less, to be honest with you. Give him a 2. Kovacic, had he played with Zakaria, probably would have done a bit better. I'm just saying that the midfield as a whole, so leaky. What's the point of having any of these players play for our team? Honest to God. Jorginho, just a 0 for me. I fucking can't stand it. I'm sorry, shouldn't be saying that on this, but it's a matter of fact. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand Jorginho. We always play poor when he plays. I can't remember the last time we played well when he was on the pitch, or we played progressive football, forward-thinking football. Look at us last week, or not even last week, 3 days ago with Kovacic and Zakaria in the pivot. Soon as Jorginho comes in, the place stinks. It absolutely stinks. Ziyech didn't even know he was on the pitch most of the time. And probably because of the fact, and I will check, how many shots do you think we had today? How many shots do you realistically... I don't know why SofaScore keeps fucking around like this. How many shots do you realistically think we had? Because I'll tell you. We had 1 shot on target, 3 shots overall. They had 9 shots, 7 on target, 4 goals. Obviously, the penalties don't count, but still. Just so poor. So poor. And it's more than just the manager. So many people still banging on, saying, sack Potter. What is that going to solve? What is that going to solve? And then if someone does come in and somehow manages to win a Champions League, like it did with Thomas Tuchel, you're telling me that you'd be happy, even still, with a lot of these players still being at the club? Because let's be fair, say we win another Champions League this year, it's not going to happen, but still, say we win another Champions League this year with a new manager that comes in, you're just going to be left with all these players and there's no progression. We need to get rid of these players. Mount, 2, just thought he was god-awful all game. He tried. There were times he tried to close down. Still think he's got a bit of a temper problem at the moment, but still. There were moments of trying, but quality-wise, just fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Havertz, -100. You've asked in the past, I never said I'd go below 0, but Havertz, for me, -100. I said in the last game, I thought he was grossly overrated in how he performed. Today just showed he's absolute shit. For Chelsea, at least. He's a pile of wank. He's so bad. Doesn't try. The look on his face says it all. That's not a man who tries at all. He's just so criminally bad. And it almost looks like it's intentional half the time. It almost looks like he's trying to not play well. If not for the Porto goal, and it's been said once, it's been said 100 times, maybe more, probably more, way more. If not for that goal, there's no way he'd get the amount of second chances, 50th chances that he does. The man disappears for God knows how long. Never once tries to close anyone down when they're playing around the back like they always do against us, because they know that no one's ever gonna chase them down. Only the likes of Pulisic, I remember. Even then, it's a tough time to be a Chelsea fan right now. It really is. There's a real need for change, not managerial. I think that Todd Boehly and his goons have to come out and release a statement saying exactly what is going on, where they see the future, what's going on. We need to be kept completely in the loop, because you've got Chelsea fans singing Roman Abramovich, and we've got Super Tommy Tuchel and all that at the Etihad, which I think is unfair on Potter. But the players don't care. The vast majority of the players do not give a shit. And the paying Mount £300,000 a week, for instance, should we re-sign him, is just a big thumbs up to, it doesn't matter how badly you play on a consistent basis or how average you play, you'll get rewarded. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you like. There's no repercussions for these players at all. Jorginho still gets game time. Ziyech, he's probably only playing because we are so low on players at the moment. Havertz, I will be happy if he went in January. If he doesn't go in the summer, I'd be very, very surprised. Potter, for me, very unfair on him to be, this result means nothing in the scheme of, we already knew we were shit. We already knew we were a bag of bones coming into this. This result just encapsulates where we are right now and just highlights how bad we are right now. But the result itself doesn't matter if it was, 10-0, 1-0, whatever. We were still going to come out of this thinking, other than if we won, the inevitable result was that Man City were going to win. It happened. It's what was expected. And that, in and of itself, is one of the issues, is that look at the fucking squad we're playing here. You can't be mad. You can't. You can't be mad at Potter when he has to play a squad like this. Do you know what I mean? What was I saying the other day? Mendy, Chilwell, Fofana, James, Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Mount was a maybe, Broja, Sterling, Pulisic, all injured. And realistically, you field that team against these bunch of goons. Even with 11 men, those 10 are beating the living shit out of this team. So to blame Potter solely is just ridiculous. Listen, we can go around in circles. Everyone's got their own opinion. Most people, I feel like, are Potter out, which is bizarre to me because no transfer windows, no pre-season, World Cup season, 10 injuries. What do you want from the man? Fuck me. I know it's bad. I know it's hard to watch. I know it is probably worse than, you know, other managers might have us playing. But we're not going to be much better than this. Especially with the players that have it, that we have. None of them play for the badge. None of them give a fuck at all. Lewis Hall, Reece James, Azpilicueta, which in and of itself, again, says all you want. I'm not mentioning quality, but they're the players that really are fighting. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Medical team, shot to bits. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 4. Chelsea out of the FA Cup for the first time in the third round since Manchester United knocked us out in 1997. I was 2. Only the second time in 2.5 decades. So take from that what you will, but also it's going to take some time to rebuild. We are in a rebuild. We're in a transition. It's awful. It stinks. But still, smash the like button. I doubt you will. Subscribe. My name is Harry. Up the Chelsea. And peace.